The China Index research seeks to quantify the growing influence of People's Republic of China around the world. We've known now for some time that Pakistan has been going into a tighter embrace with Beijing, but we may not have realized how tight the relationship is becoming or has become. And that's where this index comes in. It shows that of the 82 countries researched around the world, Pakistan has come right at the top. And it shows that Pakistan is now increasingly under the influence of People's Republic of China when it comes to military, technology, economy, and foreign policy and other domains. And basically, researchers in these 82 countries were asked to answer 99 questions in these different domains based on open source information, some interviews and some research as well. So for Pakistanis, this may not come as an entire surprise given the close relationship, but I think some people will definitely be surprised that Pakistan has appeared not in the top 10 or top 5, but as number 1 country who's now, under the influence of China. So just to offer you sort of a comparative analysis of what this index shows, Pakistan is obviously at the top, but number 2 is Cambodia, number 3 is Singapore. If we look at Europe, for example, Germany appears to be on the top. Pakistan's next door neighbor, India, for example, is at 55. Bangladesh is at 52. So when you look at the big picture, I think it's fair to say that many of the struggling economies also suffering from authoritarianism in Central Asia, in Southeast Asia, and Africa are under greater influence of People's Republic of China, while the democratic countries or where democratic institutions are strong, the influence is relatively low. In the case of Pakistan, we know that China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC, has transformed the relationship over the last 9-10 years. And so you would expect that on the economy domain, Pakistan would score higher. But the results show that actually the cooperation in technology, so for example, Pakistan looking to China for surveillance infrastructure, for telecom, and for industrial technology, Pakistan is reliant on China increasingly for that. The same goes for foreign policy and military. The strategic relationship between the two militaries in Pakistan, in the neighborhood, is really tight, has been tight for many decades. And with Gwadar port coming on, the infrastructure being developed, it is only likely to get tighter. On foreign policy, China and Pakistan appear absolutely aligned, whether it is on issues which are sensitive to China, such as Taiwan, Hong Kong, the issue of Muslims in Xinjiang. Pakistan supports China completely. And similarly, China supports Pakistan when it comes to Kashmir, Afghanistan, in FATF, in Financial Action Task Force, in Security Council. And so the relationship obviously is becoming tighter and tighter. Important to bear in mind that for decades, Pakistan was in the American camp. In military cooperation and economic development took place in Pakistan because of the American dollars. Of course, there were conditions always attached to it. The US wanted to protect its interest in the region. But that relationship has clearly gone sour in the last decade or so. There's been allegations of betrayal, mutual mistrust, and frankly, clash of interest in Afghanistan and in the region. And as the US seeks a strategic partnership with India, Pakistan has then naturally gravitated towards its all-weather friend, strategic partner, China. So in Pakistan, fair to say that some people will take China index with a pinch of salt, because the organizations who've conducted the survey, who are behind it, Doublethink is a civil society organization based in Taiwan. There are other Western organizations which have funded the research. But I think there is something to be gained from this, because it offers us a snapshot of this relationship, and it provides a basis for research, for more research, for inquiry into the relationship. It offers a lot of food for thought for civil society, for media, for journalists, for researchers to look deeper into the relationship, because it doesn't serve either China or Pakistan to say that questions can't be asked about the relationship. You can't question the money that China is giving to Pakistan. You can't ask whether this will cause a debt trap for Pakistan. How will Pakistan repay this money? Is Pakistan's sovereignty being compromised? What is the long-term outlook for this perceived dependency on China? And those questions need to be asked now, so that 5 years, 10 years from now, Pakistanis don't turn around and accuse China of using them, just as they did with the US. And so for a relationship that's mutually rewarding and sensible, and you go in aware of cost and benefits, it is always good to ask questions. I think this index offers us that opportunity.